Dude, Luke, the printer's still busted. What the fuck, man?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 22 of the Topless Robot podcast. I think 22. Was it 20? Yes, it is 22.
Oh, I got that right?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
I think it's 22. I'm Ryan.
I am your Purple Mountain's Majesty, Brooks.
I'm
Follow
Tyler.
that dork.
I'm Dan.
Can't you tell by the luxurious beard?
Check out my beard.
Wait,
that
just
is there.
push your hair forward.
No. I'm not actually gonna like rotoscope anything on
I'm
you.
doing
I'm
it.
I'm gonna.
Just Microsoft
I'll
Paint.
Photoshop,
Microsoft
but
Paint it.
I'm not gonna
man.
rotoscope.
I really want you to just Microsoft Paint, like shitty paint it on.
No, I have to cut out Dan's beard in a picture and then affix it onto her face.
But just cut it out badly so you have like parts of his face on it too.
I only know how to do it badly.
Good.
I don't know how to do anything competently.
I mean,
Aw.
I'm happy that you said it first.
At least he's not doing things worsely.
See, Ryan, the first step to getting better is accepting your faults.
And then just repeating the same thing
Exactly.
over and over again.
That's why I still am
If you
here.
run into a wall enough times, it's bound to fall down.
That's
Yeah. You're not...
that is why Dawson's
Follow
Creek
your
lasted as
dreams.
long as it did.
I feel like that's also the strategy once Donald Trump implements a state of emergency and puts a wall up. At least we know that if we run against
We're like 2 minutes
into the
in,
wall,
you're already talking about Donald Trump, man.
Whose
Why am I
strategy is
here?
running into the wall? Are we just gonna start running at the wall? After
Yeah, I
just-
guess.
Clearly,
After it gets
clearly,
built, we're just
It's
gonna
an
like
ancient
fuck this
proverb.
wall and just continually ram against it. Hope that nothing.
you haven't seen enough Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons, have
Yeah.
you?
It's true.
Or like a
we'll
series
just
of
paint the
unfortunate
Mexican
events.
landscape on the wall across the wall, and then we can just, it's not,
Walk
the
in.
wall doesn't
Bonk.
exist.
Yeah, and the noise that it makes when people run into it is bonk.
But you
It'll
have
help
to be,
with the
Not because
coyote
it's Box
issue
Adventure
too,
Program
because
16.
coyotes won't be able to run through it.
Yeah,
It'll-
I was gonna say you would have to be extremely hungry to not be able to run through it, because I feel like that was the motivation behind the coyote's actions.
Yeah.
I
it
think
was
From a
hunger.
psychology standpoint, he was just trying to keep himself alive. So you have to want it.
That would explain a lot of the desperation.
Yeah.
I think
He's a
at
hungry
first
dude.
it might have been hunger, but I mean, how long?
After a while, it was just spite.
I don't know. I mean, if
It also might have
if a
made
guy, if a guy can afford that many elaborate gadgets, couldn't he just send out for food?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
DoorDash wasn't a thing.
yeah,
though.
that was before like Grubhub and shit.
Also, Acme, unfortunately, while they make everything in the Looney Tunes universe, they don't make food.
which is weird because Acme was a grocery store on the East Coast for many, many years.
Oh, was it?
And I always questioned that as
But
a
then
kid.
the great,
of like,
then the
why
great
doesn't he
Clearasil
just go to
takeover in the
Acme?
'70s wiped away all that Acme off the face of America.
It was actually the economic
Womp,
depression
womp.
of 2008. You have problems. Clearasil. Jesus.
See, okay, really quick, if the coyote's primary reasoning for going after the Roadrunner was hunger, is he eternal? Like, did he if he was just so hungry but then never caught the Roadrunner?
I assume
Then what was he eating?
He was
for the
subsisting-
30 or so years that
he
that
was
show ran.
Subsisting predominantly on water and what I would assume to be some kind of paste that was based in sand.
Or maybe cactuses?
No,
Yeah, he can
no,
eat
no,
Just
no.
prickly
hatred.
pear?
He just subsisted on hatred.
all of the packing
Prickly pear
peanuts for all the
margaritas.
Acme products that he
Yes.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
it is.
They're biodegradable ones that you can actually eat.
I
They're
ate a
not-
whole bag of them once.
That are,
Cool.
like, all you're
Really?
missing from that is Cheetos dust.
Well, yeah, because they taste exactly like Cheetos. Minus
Yeah,
because
because they're just made out of corn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cellulose. They're made of cellulose.
Well, yeah, whatever,
And,
words.
Cornulose.
I don't science.
I'm wearing a fancy jacket.
Listen, I'm here to
that-
talk
which-
about coyotes and psychology and physics, not fucking science.
God.
God damn it.
In case our listeners and viewers hadn't already noticed, that is not Dan.
I am not Dan.
That is M.
I am Dan. We
I
have the
literally
same
been
amount
here
of-
for 2 hours and I didn't even notice.
Good heavens, an imposter!
We have the same amount of syllables in our name, so I could understand how you would get confused
Yeah,
about this.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I mean, you could be twins.
You could be.
I mean, we might as well be the way that we have like the exact same personality and all of the same interests and the same work schedule.
Joke's on you. We know that Dan doesn't have a personality.
Or interests.
We all know that Dan is an old lady, right? That's just
Yes,
a given.
yeah,
pretty
Okay,
much.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yep.
He drives a Buick, complains about his feet,
Yep.
always gripes about how kids don't understand hard work these days.
It is true. And he offers me hard candies and Werther's Originals like way more than anybody else.
And
I
he
know.
listens to growly, screamy metal music.
like
Like
my
an
lady.
old person.
Oh, man.
Elder Lottie confirms.
I can't wait until there are old people listening to like hip hop and metal and shit.
Yeah.
I imagine that it's
It probably already
happening.
exists, but
This is
definitely
pretty
already
dank, but it's
exists.
no Cardi B.
God, it reminds me of, what was it? The Wedding Singer. I said
Oh, yeah.
hip hop, a
Yeah.
hip it to the hip it
Oh,
to the
yeah,
hip
that
hop, and
lady.
you don't stop the
Stop the
rockin' to the bam bam.
remember
boogie
when
it up, down,
he taught her
boogie it up,
piano and she
boogie
paid
beat.
him in meatballs?
Yep.
I went
Yep.
to an
That was so cute.
I went to an Anthrax concert once, and down in the pit there was this, like, he was a really tall dude, but he was definitely in his late 60s. Silver mane, just he looked like that old lion that's part of the pride for too long, but he's like kind of like the old patriarch lion kind of dude. Like it was majestic, really. And he was just headbanging, and he was in pretty good shape for an old man, so he's just shoving the smaller guys around, and it was just the coolest thing I think I've ever seen.
Well, you know,
Bless you.
Bless you.
if Scott Ian didn't shave his head, he'd just have silver hair, probably.
Why?
Silver hair.
I do
mean,
not
he's pretty
understand
old.
why people would do
Silver
that.
hair.
I want more
What,
silver
shave their
foxes
head? Or
in the
oh,
world.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
if
dude.
you're growing this luxurious like silken
think-
mane.
I am
of
so excited
amazingness,
that I'm getting silver hair with my red hair, so it's gonna be like fucking salt and paprika.
You're gonna be
very
like a-
excited.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever
Salt
seen
and
Scott Ian with hair. I don't think Scott Ian ever had hair. But I mean,
He's
look
got
at,
hair
look
on
at
his
that.
chin.
Look at that beard.
He's just
That's
ma-
a gray beard.
He's
my
just
God.
mastered
Gray
walking
beard.
backwards
Picked
and
a-
upside down.
A bigger picture there.
Yeah. Let me see if I can. That looks pretty. Oh, it's
Oh, it's
still
even
a tiny
smaller.
picture. But I mean, you get the
there we
idea.
can see it. Yeah, you're right.
He's
So-
a
so-
gray beard,
So you got
and that's in a video game apparently.
You're just
Oh, it's an
great
action figure,
picking pictures.
aren't I though?
Just the best.
I'm
Isn't
great.
The best. The best.
isn't the internet just an elaborate way to sort pictures?
Yes. He is not that old. He's 55.
So you met upside down Scott Ian Scott.
I do know Ian Scott, IRL. A guy named Ian Scott. He has red hair and a beard. He might be you, Brooks. He
might be.
you.
Could also
No,
be
because
Dan.
He could
Honestly,
be Dan.
By
Oh
this
no.
description.
wait,
Actually, have you ever seen Dan and Brooks in
the
the same room? I mean, they could be the same person. Oh, wait.
I mean, not live. This could all just be an elaborate
I think I-
fucking
I think I-
Photoshop.
honestly.
I do know an Ian Scott. Yeah, I
See?
think I think it's the same guy actually. Never mind.
That's
Is
funny.
it the same Ian Scott?
Ian Scott Rogers?
No.
Never mind then.
That would have been
but
creepy.
is that another guy with red hair and a red beard?
That goes
Scott
by Ian
Rogers?
Scott. Rogers and Hammerstein?
If we're gonna be
Do
talking,
those guys have red
if
hair?
we're gonna be talking about the sound of music, or
We are not.
okay.
We
though-
need to honor Dan in his absence.
Bye, Dan.
Do we?
Hi, Dan.
I feel like this should be a
No.
special musical
See,
themed
nope.
episode.
No.
Did you have M
Nope.
with Hamilton? Okay, Hamilton.
yeah.
You know that it just means you have to put the shame box on.
Well, it's been a while since. Man, that's a callback. How long has it been?
Well, the shame box is actually only introduced in anything that we've put out like last week.
Actually, I don't know.
So we recorded that a long time ago, but that bumper only made its debut like
That's-
last week.
Oh, really? Okay, well, never mind. It's been here the whole time.
Whoa!
Oh, God.
That could have been a disaster. Almost
You know,
dropped the
yeah,
laptop.
Don't worry about it.
Things are great.
About it.
So I watched the new Netflix original Russian Doll.
Oh, I've
Saw
I've-
that. I
I've
didn't
heard
watch it,
I've
but I
heard
saw it.
that I've heard relatively nothing about it except that it's really good going in blind.
It is very good.
But that's not the kind of guy that I am. So to
Sure.
talk about it.
It is a very good Actually, I think it probably appropriately hit Netflix on Groundhog Day. If you
Time
get the
travel.
sense of what, yeah.
Or sorry, a time loop.
Science
Are we in a time loop?
fiction.
Are we in a time loop?
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 Are we in a time
Are
loop?
we in a time loop?
Let's just do that for the rest of the podcast and see how many people we have listening to after.
Sorry, your player is skipping.
Are we in a time loop?
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 Just stares off into the distance.
You've always been in this room.
Yeah, the whole time.
But yeah, it's that one chick from Orange is the New Black.
That one chick. Which one chick?
Yeah,
You know,
that's
it's
a
the
whole
whole
broad.
That one who,
Most of the people in that show
That-
are women.
that one who,
Kate Mulgrew.
that one who has also been in a number of coming of age teen comedy movies.
I already made my Judy Blume joke earlier.
You did.
Yeah,
did.
you're cut off. You're cut off. You get a max of one Judy Blume joke per.
And it was
Lifetime?
actually
yes.
Yeah.
written
I was
by
gonna
her.
say millennia, but Lifetime works well.
Natasha Lyonne.
Oh.
It has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. And it was created and written by her. Amy Poehler is one of the producers.
Well, I'm sold.
And it's a very, very good series. I think it's 10 episodes long. And I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Sounds like standard plate for the first season of a Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out this week.
Yep.
So it's a comedy.
If it involves time loops,
comedy drama.
It's kind of comedy.
dramedy.
Apparently, I didn't know this. She is dating Fred Armisen.
Oh, I thought Fred Armisen was married. I
No.
don't. Well, I can't keep up with any of these.
I don't
cool
pay attention to
relationships.
any celebrity relationships.
We were Jasmine and I were watching Russian Doll and looked it up.
Spouse.
He got divorced in
2011.
2011.
Oh, it's not. It's not still 2011.
It is absolutely not
Shit.
still 2011.
Well, that sucks.
He's been in a relationship with Natasha Lyonne since 2014.
Oh.
Yeah.
Must be serious. 5 years. That's like 20 years in celebrity.
Hey, Topless Robot got a new subscriber.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a. I thought we were gonna get a.
Thank you, Jonathan
voicemail.
Lanoy.
I was
Are
hoping
you?
for
Is he
it.
related
There's
to
your shout
Illinois? All right.
Even you're like, yeah, I deserve that one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a no-brainer rap name for him, though, if he ever decides to become a rapsman.
What?
a rap.
Illinois.
Illinois. Illinois. Check it. Better
What?
check it, guys.
I think we're all too white in here.
Maybe
for that.
don't.
Check it.
Maybe
What?
don't.
What?
1, 2.
Check it. Yeah.
You're
Don't
just
give a
about
flip
to
about
sing a fucking Macklemore song. You're like, what?
I
What?
don't give a
Yeah.
flip about chips and dip, Mom.
Think I'm just too white and nerdy.
Just too white and nerdy. Now it's stuck in my head.
Maybe I'll sing that at karaoke tonight. Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit.
Sky.
The limit, clearly.
Oh
She said
my
it in her
God.
sentence.
Take it to the limit with M.
Ryan's about to murder somebody. I saw murder in his eyes there for a moment. Just
All
like,
of you are terrible.
Hi.
This is not
I'm
conducive to
dead.
an organized podcast.
Listen, guys, this is what happens when you drink 4 cups of coffee and take B12. All right.
So Russian Doll is about
Time loop? Are we in a time loop?
it is
are we in a time loop?
oh my God.
Please continue. Sorry.
The podcast is off. It's over. We're done. I want to thank
I can
everyone who
finally
stuck
go
with
home.
us for these 22 weeks.
I'd like to thank my personal close friends, Jesus, and my mom.
So
I hate
it
to say
is
it, but I heard that your mom's actually not a big fan.
it is about a time loop. But one that is triggered by death. So every time she dies, she comes back to the same part. So it's not
like
reliving
that
the same
episode of
day over and over again.
Supernatural.
Oh wait,
sure.
wait, what?
They did
It's
an
also
episode of
like
Supernatural.
Happy Death Day to you, or Happy Death
Or
Day.
Groundhog Day
Wait,
with
so
the death
every time-
montage with the toaster and stuff.
Yeah,
Every time she dies, she goes back
to the same spot.
And
point
she
where
can
she-
try and
so
do
wait.
different things, but she still dies in different ways. Dun dun
Yeah.
dun. Yeah, that's an episode of Supernatural. Sorry.
But it's not that. Like, she's not trying to avoid death necessarily. She's just trying to figure out what's going on.
And she just
what's
keeps
great,
dying.
what I really enjoy about it.
singing.
Well, and she dies in ridiculous ways, like absolutely ridiculous ways, and you
Like-
kind of understand why as the series progresses. But I like it because they don't go I guess I'm in a time loop now. Like, Groundhog Day. Well, I guess this is, he comes to the conclusion that he's in a time loop pretty quick.
Yeah.
And in Happy Death Day, she comes to the conclusion that she's in time loop pretty quick. And they just kind of deal with it and fuck with it. In this case, she has a fucking meltdown. Because that's what you'd fucking do if you kept dying over and over again
Sure.
and coming back to the same goddamn spot.
To be fair,
So she remembers that
Well,
she
the
dies.
first,
Oh, yeah.
the first 1,000 times that happened to me, I just I did feel bad, but
I feel like dying and then restarting
to be fair,
is a little different than, like, for instance, Groundhog Day, which is waking up and then thinking, this is weird deja vu.
I
This is
got
weird
you,
deja
babe.
vu. And then they also don't show the him freaking out part with,
It's
like-
supposed to be a lighthearted romp
Right.
from the 80s.
This is not a
don't
lighthearted
really-
romp.
93?
It is lighthearted-ish, but it is not
Sorry.
Check-
lighthearted romp.
sounds
check your
interesting.
facts.
It is very good.
Bab.
You're just having some fun over there. Aren't you?
I truly am. I always fuck with the pen on my laptop when we do the podcast because it's all magnetic and shit. So I do that.
But if it does not write, is it truly a pen? This week on Philosophy and Brooks.
Welcome to his.
if it
mind
does not
palace.
write, it is a pen 15.
This is not a pen.
That is also a show that's on Netflix.
Yeah, I know
or Hulu
nothing
or
about
something.
that.
I don't either.
Penis?
It came up. Yeah, it's Pen 15. It's like how it's spelled, and it's
Like penis.
PEN all in caps, and then like 15.
Like being in the pen 15
I don't know. I
club.
just saw it on Hulu last night because I was scrolling over to watch Scrubs again because I just rewatch the same 5 shows over and over again.
Because
for the rest
you
of my
hate
life.
TLC.
A scrub is a guy who,
All right, see you guys later.
They don't want no scrubs. You want scrubs. Get it?
you want someone that hangs
it?
on the passenger side of.
So you're no longer allowed to
the
get
best
mad at
friends
us
ride?
for horrible things because that was bad.
Really?
Listen, just don't go chasing waterfalls, all right? Like,
You are not my dad.
Please stick to the rivers and lakes that you're used to.
But River moved to Seattle. That was a bad joke. These are the jokes.
This is the joke cast.
we need a joke cleanse.
All right. Moments of silence.
No silence.
The other Netflix original that is coming out soon that I am very excited for is The Umbrella Academy.
Oh, yes.
I saw the
Which we
trailer
just
today
watched a
for the
trailer
very first
for.
time, and it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, I'm very interested in that. I had no idea that Gerard Way made a fucking comic book.
I knew that he did, like, a little while ago, but it was one of those kind of, like, little, smaller headlines and a bunch of other things that was going on at the time, so I just kind of filed it away in the back of my brain, and now I have to read it and watch it.
Yeah. And it looks like it's got a good cast. It's got Ellen Page.
The
and,
best.
She actually did an appearance on Colbert to promote
I saw
this
that, and she
show
started to
and
cry.
said nothing about the show because she had many, many more important things to say.
Absolutely.
She had more beef than a Wendy's.
Yeah.
I did not see this. What happened?
Oh,
So she used her entire interview to talk with Stephen Colbert about misogyny in the industry and things like that, and talking about basically came to tears over like talking about people coming forward, her own experiences and things like that. And then they get to the end, and the whole time, obviously, Stephen Colbert being Stephen Colbert, it was very supportive, and it wasn't trying to guide her to the promotional reason that she was there at all. It was just, yes, we need to get this. This is an important conversation to have. We're going to have this conversation. They get to the end of their time, and it's like, oh, by the way, she's also here to promote the Umbrella Agency, or the Umbrella Academy.
Okay, Ryan,
Umbrella
we
Corporation.
just said the name.
Yeah, I know. Look,
And
they both
meanwhile,
start with
she's
A.
like shaking with rage.
Yeah.
Like she gets very, very emotional.
Yeah.
It's very hard hitting. And she even calls herself out during it. She's like, "I am speaking of a place of privilege, and I understand that, and I have the privilege right now to like spread my voice and let this be known." And like you can like hear and feel the emotion, and it's like it's intense. I
And
fucking love Ellen Page
She
so much.
She was also in the news recently for putting Chris Pratt's church on blast.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah,
which is
that's-
notoriously anti-LGBT.
Yeah, that's
Now,
problematic.
Chris Pratt has, as of yet, has failed to address this so far. I should
It's
say
only been like a
respond to
day
it.
or
Yeah,
two.
it's only been like a
Yeah.
day.
So I'm
Well, now it's
I'm looking
been over
forward
a
to
week
seeing what
Oh
he,
yeah, when this comes out.
what he does about it, because like there is coming from a guy that came from a evangelical church and stuff like that. Sometimes when that's what you know and that's what your primary thing is, you're not necessarily aware of all the terrible stuff that goes on. But I feel like
Sure.
Chris Pratt should.
I feel like he should, and so I have been fairly squarely in the anti-Chris Pratt camp since I found out how religious he was.
I'm just kind of weirded out by it. Like, kind of like when
He
you
gets
find
very
out.
preachy and shit.
Yeah. When I found out how preachy he is, I'm like, I like you as an actor and your roles you play, but
I mean,
maybe stop talking.
I would say I like some of your roles that you play. I like Andy Dwyer.
So do I. And
I like Star-Lord until freaking... Never mind. I'm not talking about it.
Star-Lord. Oh, Star-Lord, episode 9.
The Phantom Menace.
Like Star-Lord until the idiot couldn't follow a fucking plan.
Ah!
He let emotion blind him, which is very Star-Lord. It is.
No, it's
appropriate.
very...
in
It's
his
very
character
point.
and very great.
I agree. I don't want to talk about it. I have feelings.
Spoiler alert, Marvel Universe is a thing. People die in it.
Yep.
Well, die.
Did they the...
So,
Womp, womp,
well,
womp.
so we have now seen a couple of trailers.
Mm-hmm.
There was for Avengers Endgame. There was a brief trailer for the Super Bowl. Of course, they had to.
Oh man, those commercials this year.
And the whole living without them
That's Super Bowl this year.
thing was an interesting thing. As I understand, Endgame is supposed to happen multiple years after the snap.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh snap.
So this is a time where, they have been trying to deal with what just happened for years.
Which that's really
Wow.
Yeah.
I kind of like that it's not just, and then it jumps
and then we
right
fix
into,
it. Yeah.
No, it's going to take a while to process things.
Well, and that it's not a thing that they just had the solution for immediately after it happened.
Yeah.
But I'm also curious, is that going to give them the excuse? Because I've heard that it's a 3-hour-long movie. Excuse me. Is that going to give them the excuse of spending over an hour of that 3 hours having them go on the, typical hero's quest to gather up all the buddies again, and they find Rocket and he's a mechanic scavenger on some planet, and then they have to go
They're, of course they're
out
gonna
We're
do
to
getting the
fucking
band back together.
Siberia.
in a big van,
I mean-
blasting Gary Newman.
They're better as long as there's a wizard airbrushed on the side. I'm kind of okay with that, but
Damn.
I just don't want it to take a fucking hour.
I've
Like,
always
Yeah.
wanted. So I had my first car was a van, and I wanted a wizard on it when I had it. I want a wizard painted on a van that I own.
And you will play
sorry,
nothing. You will blast nothing but Yes records out
my
of the
God.
van.
Oh,
Records,
please. Oh, no.
not CDs.
No.
Have an actual
he's
fucking
act-
record
No,
player.
no,
hooked
no,
up
no,
to
no.
No,
your
he's
sound
actually going to just
system.
put the pinball wizard on.
No, it'll
on
be
repeat.
it'll
That's
be
it.
like King Crimson and just all.
I
70s
think Yes
prog.
deserves to be. Yes is 70s
Yeah,
prog.
I know, but I don't want to be
King
that
Crimson and
stereotypical.
70s
Play some
prog. You mean
demon-
like Yes?
Yes,
Like some demons and wizards.
yes.
No, you can't play any song that has the word wizard in it, or it's just gonna be fucking
Yeah. Well,
no.
cliche.
It's a little too on the
Banned
nose.
Demons and wizards. They
Well,
don't
they don't have
any
a song called Wizard. Their band is just called Demons and
Exactly.
Wizards.
Still a little on
And
the
they
nose.
have songs
Yeah.
about the Dark Tower. Thank you very much.
They do.
like the Stephen King novel.
Yes.
It's fucking
Oh, okay. All right, maybe I'll give that one a solid.
or
maybe.
King.
Are we gonna have to have a cool like Stephen King Dark Tower universe geek out?
Maybe later.
Cool.
I don't know, this is the
Speaking of
setting
Marvel
for that.
stuff, though, have you seen the Captain Marvel website?
I heard about this. We are going to have to bring
Fire
it
up
up.
the Starblade!
I have
Look at
not
Captain
actually looked at
Marvel.
it.
Oh, you haven't?
No,
Oh,
I've seen
boy.
people sharing it on Facebook.
I haven't seen this. Apparently, I shut
It's
myself.
just CaptainMarvel.com,
I read this
right?
week. Okay, guys.
I believe it is CaptainMarvel.com.
Wouldn't it be funny if it
CaptainMarvel.biz.
wasn't? Like if someone like sat on this.
Apparently, that's not a thing.
Just Google
it's
it
got-
and say, I'm feeling lucky. Just Google Captain Marvel.
Not the,
Well, you have to go to Google-
I'm not. I don't
It
go to
doesn't.
Google.
What year is
They
it?
got
wait,
rid
is
of
it-
that.
Get off my lawn.
They got rid of that like 10 years ago. When have you been?
Clearly.
No, that's the Marvel website
Yeah, no.
thing. What the fuck?
It could have been that.
Go up.
The
Go to the Disney movie.
whatever the
one.
little tiny picture is in the tab. I always forget what it's called.
Yeah, right there. That middle article might have a link to it.
Ah, yes.
It probably will.
Marvel
It
has
looks-
launched a website, which
I have a
is
feeling.
It looks so similar to my
marvel.com/Captain
GeoCities.
Marvel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, that's
Oh,
Every
she like
Geocity.
pops up. Wait, do it again. No, I guess it only does it once.
This looks almost exactly like the Space Jam website,
I
but
have
with Captain Marvel flavor.
I have had websites like this. Oh, there she is.
Hey. This makes me feel.
This is so cute. I love this.
This
man.
brings me back.
I love this.
Cree, the word art Cree.
Who are this girl? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh! It's time to jump into a
Can
let's
you
play
spell
here.
this out?
Scroll. Can we scroll?
Or human. Bum-bum-ba-da. Bum-bum-ba-da.
Well, that's it, folks. It's time for your favorite game show.
All right, what do you think, scroll or human?
Human.
Wrong.
He was wearing a
Oh.
beanie. Obviously, was a scroll.
Scroll or human?
Scroll.
Human. Nope.
What the fuck?
Wrong.
If they're
Scroll
wearing a
or
beanie, okay.
Scroll.
Scroll.
Wrong.
Is
Okay,
it
my-
all
my-
wrong?
Scroll or human?
Human.
Wrong.
Okay,
I
what
think they all
chances?
just do the same thing. Human. No. Unless we're
This is
literally
so
getting.
good.
No matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what. It's all
Dude,
wrong.
try right click.
Oh, we got one!
You did
Wow, 1 for 7 or 8.
Hang 10, kids.
Shaka bra.
It's the 90s.
Scroll.
Scroll.
Yeah.
Never trust an old lady.
I've seen that episode.
Okay, so I figured that there's no way that
No, we were just-
that unlucky.
Statistics
Apparently,
went against
we
us
were
for
that
a little
unlucky.
while.
Man, this was like when I got computer lab time.
Oh my
and,
god.
like,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's adorable.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry for everything.
This is pretty amazing.
Wait, Cree player.
Free player.
Oh,
Enhance.
is that real time?
Oh, it's just a YouTube video.
I mean,
Alright,
I'm
they
sure-
should have definitely put that in like real time.
Yeah.
Real time player.
Real player.
Real player there.
Yeah.
What about a Shockwave Media Player?
Yeah.
yeah.
Fucking bomb.
Wait, it needs an update.
All
Is
right,
anyone
let's
else
go.
concerned
Oh my
about Y2K?
Oh, this is. Oh, does it scroll forever?
For you children
No,
out there
it
listening.
There's
stops
just a-
right
there's-
there.
Oh, hey.
Nice.
Is that Shaggy?
No, it's Stanley.
Ultra Instinct Shaggy?
That is actually super awesome.
That's cool.
Stan.gif.
Aw.
Rad.
That's
I watched-
super rad.
Speaking of Marvel, I finally saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh.
Is it not outstanding?
It was absolutely incredible, and I choked up a little bit the Stan Lee cameo.
Yep. I will. I can.
Right when he totally turns into Spider-Man and
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
fairly certain that I will cry during every single Stanley cameo from here on out.
I think I'm going to. I didn't think I was going to, and then even the animated one, I'm like,
Yep.
why?
Yep.
You were taken from us too
He was-
soon.
I cried at the one in
90s.
Venom.
I didn't watch Venom, and I'm avoiding
Yeah.
that one as
Venom.
much as I can.
I'm not in the Venom,
Venom.
club.
I really.
she's in the Pen.
I do.
She's in the Pen 15 Club.
I do hope that they make a Venom 2 though, because they set up Carnage at the end of Venom.
I hate that it's not in any. It's in its own universe now. Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna be connected at all to Spider-Man. So what's the fucking point?
But there is a Venom book that is not connected. I mean, it is connected to Spider-Man, but not the main storylines. Like
Spider-Man
the
doesn't show
symbiote,
up.
this all these symbiote saga. Like there's 9 symbiotes or something like that, and so there's. I did a whole lot of reading about this, and there are Venom has its own book, and he's kind of an anti-hero.
That's fair. That's fair.
As all edgy 90s anti-heroes are.
I just don't want. I don't think
Lobo.
it will, and I don't want it to overshadow emo Spider-Man from Days
Oh.
of Yore.
Oh god!
By the way, Into the Spider-Verse, the dance reference at the beginning.
Did they do a dance
did-
reference at the beginning to
Yeah.
I didn't.
You didn't see the...
I don't remember. Oh wait. Oh yeah. When he's telling his story. and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
I loved the self-awareness
Yeah.
of that movie. And then the end with the point
Yeah.
the pointing Spider-Man. I was so happy. So happy.
Yeah, they did a very good job with that movie.
Yeah.
I need to see it again.
It was
needs to
magical.
hurry up and come out on video.
The first time that I watched it, and maybe this is just the animation student in me, but like the frame rate of it, and I know it was on purpose.
Yeah.
But like the frame rate was just like so distracting to me that for the first like 15, 20 minutes of the movie until I got used to it, I was just like, I get it. Like I get why this was like a stylistic choice. I absolutely understand. And like they're pulling it off and it's looking great, but it's just so fucking distracting to me.
It distracted
But the-
me in
the
the
second-
trailers, but when I went to see the movie, it didn't.
The thing that distracted me the most from it was the text and stuff that where they like made it look like it was like a 3D part of the movie that you were watching without the 3D glasses.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
they did a
chromatic
lot of that.
aberration.
Yeah. That was what got me for a little bit because like my brain, like for the first 2 times that I saw it, was like, oh, you forgot to put your 3D glasses on.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, brain, you're stupid.
Yeah,
We are not.
stylistic choice.
This is
These
not
were
3D.
these were things done on purpose.
Yep.
But
Somebody sat down, probably several somebody sat down and made that decision.
From my understanding, it was a single somebody
Really?
who whipped together a style guide, basically like a
It's like a style
video.
sheet.
Like, well, no, he whipped together a video that would then become the style guide for the entire film that a team would then go on to create.
Wow.
But the initial style guide, from my understanding, and I can't even remember where I heard about it, was just one dude,
Wow,
one person.
One fella.
man, I
It
could.
sounds like a pretty big deal.
That
Yeah.
is the only film in recent memory that I actually like went to see multiple times at the theater because I was just so blown away by
Yeah.
it. Like, I couldn't even and also the first time that I went, we went to Alamo, and so I was like drinking and eating, and I was distracted by the frame rate, and I'm like
blasted and watching Spider-Man.
overload. So I went back and like went sober, stayed sober the whole time.
Yeah.
Not that I get shit faced at the movies. Guys.
You know, the first time I went to Alamo, there's this guy that got shit faced watching It's a Wonderful Life. Sitting there.
Ah,
Oh,
And they bounced him out.
Oh,
it was
man.
delightful.
I did.
there's
I
a
went
podcast
to
callback.
I went
Yeah.
to a Clueless movie party at Alamo, and there was these couple of girls that definitely pre-gamed. And they were saying, because like movie parties are super chill. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you're allowed to like call out the callbacks and stuff and all
Yeah.
that shit. But they were saying almost every line of the movie about a half a second after they actually said the movie, and like, oh my god, because they were
those aren't a lot
shit-faced.
at my movie parties.
Yeah, they were shit faced, and we were like, our entire row, because like a bunch of my friends went, and our entire row of people, we were just like, Who's raising a card? Like, which one of us is going to be which one of us
Everyone
is gonna be the
should.
asshole? Like, I know that it's anonymous, but I still never want to raise that card.
I always
never
write it
do.
in block letters, you know, like when you're
They
in school.
are
actually
Do
annoying
you like
the fuck
me?
out of me.
Check yes, no.
You actually bring
You
a
fold it up into a little envelope looking.
you actually
Into a
bring
football.
multiple magazines and cut out the letters.
and you put it in the server's locker because you don't want to be embarrassed by
Yeah.
Can you kick this person out?
What was her server's name? Okay, yeah. I think she's locker number 12.
Stacy. Is that with an I or a Y?
And then, meanwhile, the movie's over and that person just leaves without any fucking repercussions for
Damn
being a
it.
fucking asshole and getting shit faced.
Which is why
cards for.
I'm normally not the kind of
I
guy
know,
that
that's-
likes to drop a dime
the
on
worst.
somebody else. But when it comes to watching a movie in theaters,
Yeah.
I will be the first one to put a card up because I'm like, shut the fuck
Look,
up.
The
My-
theaters are a sacred place.
Yeah, it's like
And they literally say it on the movie
Yeah.
before the movie
And
starts.
Alamo is the best at enforcing them.
yes,
Yeah.
it is so rad. I love watching justice being served.
I mean, also, a big reason of why I prefer going to Alamo, other than the delicious foods and drinks that they serve directly to me, I don't even have to carry it to my seat. The fact that, like, I'm pretty sure they still have the rule of you have to be 18 and over to just go there.
Really?
Yeah, like I've never had children in any of the shows that I've ever
They're-
been to.
they
Like
allow-
when
they allow
the
kids.
second time I saw Spider-Verse, it was at like the Harkins or AMC or whatever the fuck, and it was like a Saturday afternoon. There were so many fucking children just
that's your
yelling and
problem.
talking, and I'm like, this is the like ruining thing. I can't just like complain to a manager about the 12 children who just
Yeah, right.
suddenly having meltdowns in front of me. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and fucking hate my life and my choices leading up to this moment
I've
and wait for it to
actually,
end.
Saturday afternoons are not a good time to go if you want to avoid
Yeah, go on a
children at a
Tuesday.
movie theater.
Yeah, I usually.
Tuesday.
Go on a Ruby
I'm
Tuesday.
sorry, I have things going on and can't always go to the movies at the times when nobody else goes to the movies.
Yep.
How dare you?
Tuesday afternoons, I'm in
Conform to-
school.
Conform to
Thanks.
our schedule.
Whatever. There's actually there's another theater in town that I gotta check out that just opened up. The one downtown Chandler.
The
The
film,
Flicks Brew
yeah,
House.
Flicks, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
a friend
what?
of a friend of mine is the assistant brewer there, and I play D&D with him on Mondays. Actually,
It's a brewery and a movie theater.
Yeah.
A
Correctamundo.
brewery theater.
brewery
Yes.
theater.
Yes.
Brewery theater.
And he is my buddy Scott is moving temporarily to El Paso for a year and a half soon to open up a theater there and be the head brewer there.
Oh, cool.
And then when they open up their one in Albuquerque next year, or in a year and a half, then he's coming back to Chandler to take over the reins as the head brewer there, while their current head brewer goes to Albuquerque.
Right on.
It's a very convoluted process, but I'm very excited because Scott makes some delicious beer. I don't know nothing about the theater itself other than they show movies.
Yeah, so we last week went to the Perch for dinner.
Yeah.
And
I love
drove
that place.
past the Flicks place, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Also, what the fuck happened to downtown Chandler?
Yeah, it's,
where
Yeah.
it is
like,
now a cyberpunk dystopia.
that dirt lot, you can't park in that dirt lot anymore, and like you end up parking down the side streets all the way down, and
Wait,
all those
really?
people who
Yeah,
live,
because they're
and all those
building
people
that-
who live in those houses down those
building on
side
it.
streets, when the second you park in front of their house, will fucking give you the side eye.
Oh yeah.
Where the fuck are you supposed to park, man?
There's
if
three-
you guys want us to bring money into your neighborhood, then fucking let us park in front
Well,
of your goddamn
there-
house.
I don't
There's
know
a
that they
parking
want
garage
us to
right
bring
across
it
the
to
street.
neighborhood.
There is a parking garage that is free across the street.
Is that the one like by the police station?
Yeah.
Yes. It's literally.
I hope that the internet appreciates all of these.
Yeah, right.
Mental
Local
map of
references.
downtown Chandler.
Yes, all of you people that living in Anchorage, Alaska, coming to Chandler.
Well,
Whatever,
really,
man.
let's-
Fucking Rooster Teeth talks about nothing like Austin all the time, so fuck that.
Yeah,
You know,
but we don't
who
live in
gives a shit?
Austin.
Yeah, we live in Chandler.
fucking- I don't live in Chandler.
I live in Chandler.
Chandler.
I live in Chandler Bing.
I live in a,
Hey.
I live in a
With a Z.
society.
I live in
Well,
Bing.com.
I tried so
Please
hard.
come. It's so dark here.
It's dark and lonely, and it
Have
keeps
you-
giving me the wrong results.
Have you ever heard about what Bing is supposed to stand for? Supposedly.
Breaking
Bing
internet
Crosby is a
non
weirdo. I don't know.
galatinous.
I'll let Tyler get a guess in.
Binge search.
Big innovated neck gurus.
It is supposed to be, and this is rumor, I don't think it's ever been confirmed, because it's not Google.
Big incel non-geneticists.
Wow.
Yeah. Right? Makes sense.
Wow. That's the stupid. So
It's really stupid.
But it makes sense. Microsoft and I mean, I know that. Well, I guess
They should have
Steve
called theirs
Jobs.
Google.
Steve Jobs was more famous for having meltdowns when Google stole their employees. But I know that there were some issues between Microsoft and Google with employees going, from Microsoft to Google and shit like that. Like there have been a lot of hatred among those companies for a long time.
I bet.
That's fair. I'm just
Good.
imagining. I'm
Mostly
just
because Google's trying to set proper web standards. Meanwhile, Microsoft is continually trying to make us forget that Internet Explorer was a thing by renaming each successive browser something that's not
Edge.
Internet Explorer now.
It's
And the thing
Edge.
that's coming out after Edge is not called Edge.
What is it going to be
I
called?
can't remember, but yeah.
Edgier.
Edge Lord.
Lord stands for localized ordination of redirecting deficits.
Yeah.
All right, so beyond the fake acronyms that we...
So wait, does that mean Edge stands for every damn Google ever? If everything is secretly an acronym,
every
Yeah,
doofus
right.
this
Googled
is time
ever.
consuming.
Well, I mean, at
Microsoft's-
least in the case of Bing, it makes sense, it being a search engine and everything. And
Yeah, well,
I
they
imagine
could've-
that it could be something that started out as an internal name for it. And they're like, well, I mean, people need
Yeah, it's
options.
probably just like a
because
code
it's
name
not
for the
Google.
project, yeah.
and then they're
I
like,
really
Bing.
hope they have solid plugins like Bang and Boom.
Bing, bing, boom.
Yeah.
It's just every time you go to a website, it's like, are you sure you don't want to open this in Internet Explorer? I mean, Edge.
I was a Firefox purist for most of my life.
I was a Firefox purist for a long time as well.
I only very recently switched over to Chrome because I have
the future
I have
is
a Pixel
Chrome.
phone. Like I have
Chrome,
a Google
the
phone
eater
and
of-
I use Google and like might as well use Chrome. They're already looking at everything I do anyway.
One of these
Yep.
has a
Whatever.
cool fox as a logo, and one of them is a web browser.
Chrome. All your CPU is belong to me. That's
I just really like the extensions that Firefox had that Chrome didn't.
Well,
Yes.
But,
Chrome became, when Chrome came out, I adopted it immediately because you would no longer crash the entire browser. Like it was the first
just- a
browser
page
where it
would
would
fail.
crash a
Or just-
tab,
yeah.
tab or a plugin.
Yeah.
Without
whole
disrupting
thing going
the
down,
entire
yeah.
browser.
because
I mean-
the reason for that is because it's creating an entire new instance of Chrome for every single plugin
it's
or tab.
Not creating an entire new instance of Chrome.
basically.
It isn't. It is creating an entire WebKit environment,
I worry
which
about
is
how
what
many
you're doing
tabs
when you
keep
open another fucking tab on any browser ever, period.
Tech
But I mean,
stuff.
even with the extensions as
Beep,
well,
boop, boop,
like if you
beep,
look
boop,
at your
boop, technology.
CPU usage, if you
I
have like
read
10
books.
extensions, it's like, oh, you've got 10 versions of Chrome open, and they all use the same amount of fucking memory, and it,
well,
But they
you know
don't really.
what
Firefox is the one who would not release memory that it was using up. So when you had 100 tabs open in Firefox, your computer was using your hard drive for memory, like it was using VRAM or virtual RAM.
Well, in the words of the immortal B-52s, when it comes to web browsers, you can Chrome if you want to. You can Chrome around the world. And I've just killed this weird tech thing that I have no understanding of at all. Just like Chromecast.
Brooks is
Yo,
like, how
fuck
can I make
Chromecast.
this conversation end? I've got it! A terrible joke in reference to the B-52s.
A very timely B-52
Yeah.
reference.
That actually worked. Well done.
Brooks really is on the bleeding edge of comedy.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes. I shall now be making jokes about
He's on the
Firestone
edge.
tires.
Come on, jokes. You jokes. Fuck.
Well, I mean, I am getting a tattoo. A tattoo soon enough. That's
boy.
that is not a joke.
Oh, boy.
But it happens to say joke in it. It's a tattoo with my microphone and the words "Come on, baby, the laugh's on me." And I'm very much looking
Because
forward to
the
that.
laugh is technically going to be exactly on you on your
Well,
arm.
it's a Springsteen
but
lyrics.
the laugh will also literally be on you.
Yes, it
Only
will.
you would get a pun tattooed to your arm.
It's not a pun. It's song lyrics. It's from Dancing in the Dark, which is fantastic.
No, but the fact that
is a pun.
its existence on your body is a pun.
I guess, yeah, it's a weird meta.
You're making him
tattoo.
second guess his tattoo, Ryan.
Oh,
Stop.
no. It's the first tattoo because
Yeah,
I
no.
can't get my dope Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner tattoo unless I get that one first.
You have to do Springsteen first.
Yeah.
I'm getting possibly the cutest, lamest, weirdest, most ridiculous tattoo this coming Wednesday. So by
of
the
his
time
face?
this
Are you getting
podcast
it too?
airs, I will already have it.
Are you getting a
Nice.
tattoo of a butthole on your belly button?
No, but that's next.
Cool.
My best friend for like the past 10 years and I are getting squirrels. So that when we hold hands, their tails form a heart. I know,
Make
right?
me
That's
sick.
cute.
So like on their own, it's just a fucking squirrel.
Not really.
But they put them together.
But
and
if
then
you're
they
by
have
a
heart.
mirror, then it will resemble.
Oh yeah,
And
I'll just
then
walk
it'll be
around with a
self-love.
mirror, like, hey, well, it'll be on this arm, but it'll be like, hey guys.
Also called a Palm Pilot.
So some of us are innovators, and some of us like to just reskin, existing properties
you know, I was
and
thinking.
assets.
Oh, I feel like it's time to implement some new rules on the podcast.
Hey, no, we already have a show that does this, and I already get paid.
Not it.
There's no.
It was a bad joke.
I've already
So
electrocuted
weak.
It was a
myself
bad
last
joke.
week for comedy.
It was
can't implement the
and
rules
worse,
post
and worse,
joke.
it was recycled.
You can't implement the rule retroactively. No.
I'm not a part of this.
I don't like it. Stop it.
Why are you going straight for the junk, man? That's freaking.
Well, we
Because of
zapped,
that
we zapped
video.
the thighs. Oh
Jesus.
God, that fucking video.
Who sent that? Was that you, Brooks? Or was that you,
No,
Ryan?
it was me.
Ryan,
A
Jesus.
friend of mine shared that with me
Buns and thighs.
because I linked her to our
Get
pilot episode of Get Good, and she sent me that in return. And I'm not gonna play it.
Describe it in excruciating detail, Ryan.
So it's
Describe it
a-
using only pronouns.
It's a chick listening to some music, fucking getting down. She's like dancing. She's got a stun gun, so just doing this, while she's dancing, whatever. And then before you know it, she gets down on the bed, and she's like in her underwear. But before you know, she gets down on the bed and places it firmly on her genitals and just holds the button down until she falls off the bed. And I mean, she holds it down on her vagina for probably a good 10 to 15 seconds without releasing the button.
There's only one response to something like that.
I don't want to be on this podcast.
Hey, we didn't do it. It wasn't like we made her do it.
I, for
could've
one,
gone
find that
with
shocking.
Not knowing.
Oh, Brooks.
God.
You don't get a Brooks. You just get a Brooks.
Brooks.
Looks like the joke.
Or your new name, Jokes.
Jokes.
Jokes Wilson. I like it.
Please don't. We're validating him.
I mean, I do. I could just, if I just slapped on a lime green bow tie, that'll just work.
Right now, if you
Jokes-
slapped on
Jokes
a
Wilson.
lime green bow tie, you'd basically be the Joker.
I mean, you guys want to see how I got these scores? Otter Pops.
Definitely
Yep.
Otter Pops.
Yep.
That's good.
So,
that Otter Pop addiction.
what else has happened this week?
Yeah, I feel like there hasn't. I was surprised to see Observer came out on Switch. And
Oh,
I think I
hello.
mentioned that last week.
I
But it is out now.
that game is radical.
It is very cool, so I picked that up. It's only $30, super worth it. It's by Bloober Team and
Rutger Hauer.
Yeah,
That's all you need to know.
it's yeah. We talked about this last week. It's Rutger Hauer in a cyberpunk game.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
detective, and
and it is very cool.
of really mean questions.
Really, really cool game.
See, my
The-
memory lasts like 3 days. So
The team,
Like a goldfish.
except that's not real.
You can train
Goldfish remember everything.
Hey, it's the snack that
They're
smiles
like,
back. Okay.
They're like real life elephants.
Now all of a sudden I'm just picturing that I've seen some shit meme format
Staring
with
off
just
into
a
the
goldfish
distance.
like
All around me
broop,
are
and it's
familiar
flashing to like wars
Yeah.
and shit.
Just zooms in slowly.
Yeah.
Just different embarrassing things.
so I
that you've done
did-
in your room.
I did find out today, and I mentioned this earlier, but I did find out that there are now speedrunners for the Fallout sex percent speed runs, where you play each Fallout game one, 2, 3, maybe not tactics, New Vegas, and 4. I don't think 76 counts. And you play the game.
count.
You play the game until. Aw.
76 is 7
play-
That doesn't deserve an awe.
Anyway.
And I think everyone agrees.
I spent way too much money on that game, and I got very let down. And I don't want to fucking talk about it. Okay? I did. I
There's
spent.
been a falling out.
I spent
Sounds like a
over.
personal
I
problem,
spent
Sam.
over
I'm so
$300
sorry.
on
Oh
that
my
game.
god!
Did you get the?
Everyone
I got the fucking helmet. Anyway.
Everyone glanced over Brooks's joke, but it's
Brooks. I thought his name was Jokes.
I said that you had a falling out with Bethesda.
we needed to
I have documented brain
acknowledge
damage.
the joke.
I feel like we need a 21 gun salute
Anyway.
for our podcast because it's
Jesus
dead and you
Christ.
killed it.
It's awful.
This is the 22 gun salute.
Anyway, Jesus Christ.
76 gun salute.
70.
So you play through each game until you successfully have coitus with another character in the game, and then you can move on to the next game. Apparently, Fallout 4 is the hardest game to do it. Ha 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 ha. Just because the tutorial is so long, and you are technically married once the tutorial is over.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So you have
Because
to.
you're trying to find your wife.
Yep. Or
Where is
husband.
my
Or
wife?
husband.
Check your fucking. Anyway.
Look, I forgot how customizable the game is.
Oh, you could be a girl or a guy.
I mean, to be fair,
Oh.
from Ubisoft's perspective, that's a very new concept.
Yeah, no, I know. But
From
yeah,
my perspective, the
that is-
Jedi's evil.
That is something that I would be willing to try, but knowing me, I would try and find like the weirdest, most fucked up character in the game to try and fuck. So it would probably
He's
take
like got an
several
eye on
years.
his forehead.
Yeah, like some weird fucking like mutant that's like about to turn into a fucking feral ghoul or something. Like,
You actually
just like
find a
fucking
feral
hates
ghoul.
everything and
Just make sure you equip your boner armor.
no.
It's just armor that's covered in dongs, or it's woven of dongs.
Held together by
dong-
just dried
Now, like
Yeah.
actual.
Oh god!
It's dong broidery.
that was
dong
too far.
embroidery.
That was too far.
Woven together by dried
Dare you?
jizz.
There are children present.
That's disgusting.
Listen, I'm the one who
Yes,
said
there
it,
are
dude.
children present all over your armor.
Aw. Well, they were potential children.
Potential children.
Yeah.
Just, so, guys, got any good joke?
Since M is probably the biggest Fallout fan that I know, I feel like I
Hey.
need to show you something that I got.
Okay. Am I going to steal it from you?
Probably.
Is it going to be as cool as all of the other Fallout stuff that I have?
So is shown to the camera.
Oh, cool. The camera doesn't need to see it. I need to see it. Oh, shit. I have a Pipboy already, but I'll look at this.
It
too.
isn't a Pipboy.
It's a Pipboy Maker.
It is,
Yeah.
yes.
Build-A-Bear Workshop proudly presents.
So I'm curious. Have you? Sorry, no, this microphone is large and I can see things. Have you actually opened this and fucked with it?
Not really. I have taken the top layer off to look at the different parts and stuff.
I
But
really like these Vault Tech miniature screwdrivers. and
yeah,
wrenches.
so it comes with all the tools that are necessary in order to build your Pip-Boy. It comes
This
with
is-
all everything that is necessary to build
Stickers,
your own
really?
Pip-Boy. Yeah, I feel like they went a little cheap on some of the things.
Well, considering that
this-
duffel bag, they...
Yeah. Well, but
Motherfucker, I could still get a canvas one.
this
I could
is
still get canvas.
this is a licensed by Bethesda, not produced by Bethesda or sourced by Bethesda. This is made by a prop duplication company.
This is really. neat.
And
I don't want to touch much of it because I'm nervous.
Lick
but-
so, but I figure at some point when I decide to put that together, I will do a video of its
You should
assembly.
mod it with a Raspberry Pi so you can play Doom on your wrist.
So that's the thing is, I feel like there
Doom's
is
so
a
old
lot of
school.
room
Now
for
it's
modding.
Skyrim.
Right.
And
Doom is so
I'm
last
stealing
decade.
this. I'm taking it home.
tested.
Doom is like 2 decades.
I'll put it with my other Pip-Boy.
ago.
So I
Yeah,
have
but it was cool to make
the
that joke
Pip-Boy
up
that I
until
got-
2011.
All right. Go on.
The Pip-Boy that I got, it is comically large because I don't know if you've met me, but I'm not a very large person.
Yeah.
And especially my wrists and forearm area, not very large. So I can put my Pip-Boy up to about here. It's really cool though because you can Bluetooth it to your phone, which is like nice. But one of the most amazing things that I absolutely love about it is that the holotape that you put inside of it is actually a fucking USB. It has storage
cool.
on it.
That's
so like
legit.
you can actually like load things into the Pip-Boy or save things and transfer over and stuff, or just use it as a fucking USB, carry around a fucking holotape.
Yeah, right.
Leave it on a table for some 76er to find, no big deal. Because that whole game
Except
is just...
there aren't any 76ers.
It was.
I was down.
I thought they were in Philadelphia.
Hey.
So
I was down with the Fallout 76 until they did an
actually pretty
update
good.
on December 3rd, 2018. My audio just doesn't work anymore. in the
Oh,
game.
rad.
I've tried everything. I've tried headphones. I've tried like wireless. I've tried plugging them in. I've tried just running off my computer speakers. No
I
fucking
guess that
audio.
just means that-
And when you're getting shot at from a random direction and you're just taking damage, it kind of sucks to not be able to hear where it's coming
Have you
from.
All you
tried
have to
turning it
do
off and
is-
on again?
No, I never tried.
All you have to do is put on the song "Country Roads" on repeat and then play with that in the background. That's
That
it.
is
You're good.
that is
You're
my
good.
nephew's favorite song. So
I mean, it is a pretty
It's
good
a
song.
pretty
I'm pretty
sweet
sure that
song.
was the best part of that game.
Hey. Guys,
Um,
it's not that bad. I just spent way too much money on it, but I also have a sweet power armor helmet, so...
You sound like me
who
defending
That
Mega
power
Man
armor
7 in
helmet
the
is
early
pretty
days.
rad.
Now, you
It's
should've-
fucking sick, dude.
Can you wear it?
Yeah.
You should have
And
worn
it
it.
has
And
a
then we
voice
could have.
trait.
I didn't know we
acted
were going
like
to be
you were
talking about
Dan.
this thing. I didn't want to bring a fucking $250 prop over just to fucking... on the off chance that I might be talking
I bring
about
weird
a
props
fucking
all the
Fallout
time,
shit.
man.
Yeah.
It's like this
You
might
never
as
know
well be
who
the
that's what I'm
prop
showing up with.
podcast. The prop cast.
The prop
But
cast.
Tested actually did a build of that where they modified it and put a Bluetooth speaker in it and things like that. But one thing that bothers me is the screen isn't like clear, so you can't wedge electronics behind it and actually make it be
Oh.
a screen. It has to be the decal that you
has to
put on
be
it
it,
and shit
yeah.
like that. So
Could you
I don't
like replace the screen? Like just
I'm
get
sure
some-
you
just
could probably like
sure
if you
there are
want to get
people who are
real
hacking
hard
it.
into modding
hack
it.
the
But
planet.
okay,
That's like the fourth
Thank you,
time
Matthew-
you've used
Matthew
that
Lillard.
joke.
You're welcome. Not
which
today.
by the way, that there's a good news
Ultra
item.
Instinct Shaggy?
No, actually, Matthew Lillard has a D&D company,
Does he
Yeah.
really?
a boutique D&D company, where he is producing huge sets that are $500 sets of a campaign that comes with everything you would need for the campaign,
Including Scooby
a bunch of minis. The campaign is split into chapters, so they split up, the campaign.
Oh,
for
I
you.
like that.
They give you, your boards, everything. Let me see if I can find this, and
I like that
so we can
concept
get
already.
the name of the company. But he is a huge D&D nerd, so they, I think last week or the week before, he brought a copy to IGN and opened it with them, and it's the second copy that exists now.
That is
And
awesome.
it looks, it's a hefty, beautifully manufactured box.
All right, quick type.
Bring
go.
it up.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I actually
I love how much of a nerd
a friend of
Matthew Lillard
mine
is.
a friend of mine played D&D with Matthew Lillard a few years ago at Emerald City Comic Con.
Oh, cool.
That
It's
would
like
be cool.
her number one claim to fame, the closest she ever got.
Pandemonium.
Pandemonium
Oh,
Awareness.
Beetle and Grimm's is the name of his company.
Oh, I thought
That's
he was
not-
doing.
That's not Shaggy or that guy from Wing Commander.
So their first is Waterdeep,
Yes.
Yes.
and it comes with like documents. It comes with
Oh
in-world
my
documents and stuff.
God.
It comes with
this
stuff
is super
that
cool.
can be a reference sheet of lore for your player characters.
Oh my god.
Battle maps, legacy maps, a whole bunch of high quality Nulzer's minis.
Did you guys know that the Beholder is the first original monster created by Dungeons and Dragons?
Really?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Actually.
most of their monsters have a basis in some kind of folklore.
Real physical in-world items that you can hand to your players: the Badge of the Watch, Harper's Pin, Lord's
Oh my
Alliance,
god.
Zentarum coin, Emerald Enclave clasp, Order of the Gauntlet pendant, 3
Tavern
dragon
cups.
coins,
Tavern
4
cups.
tavern
Tavern cups.
Yes.
Tavern cups.
More really sure artwork,
Oh my god.
bonus encounters and characters,
No Scooby
a
snack.
DM screen, and finally, of course, the module, which they have broken into chapters.
Oh, and the electronic version of D&D Beyond,
Yeah.
which is very nice.
Now, are these available? Okay, I was gonna ask if
so
they're
look at this
available.
thing.
That is sick.
Like it looks gorgeous.
How much money?
$500.
Which, if you're playing
I had the money.
if you're playing regularly with like 5 or more people, just $100 a head.
I would go broke to buy that. I don't care.
I want it. I want.
I would
want those
decimate my
tavern
bank
cups.
account.
Oh my
I want
God.
fucking tavern cups, man. I would drink every beverage out
You know,
of
you,
tavern cups.
you can just buy tavern cups. I have like we have.
But then I couldn't play fucking Waterdeep. Couldn't go to
So
Waterdeep.
here's some cool
Oh my
examples.
Oh, this
Oh
is
my
so
God.
cool.
That is so pretty.
Yeah, of the I mean, they went all out with this, and it really shows.
Oh, I would nerd out so hard.
Deed of
I'm
property.
already nerding out so hard.
I'm gonna have to talk to my friends about this.
Yes,
Guys, can we start a GoFundMe to get
I'll just
one copy?
All right, I'll tell you what. Sometime in the not too distant future,
The year 20XDX.
I will buy a copy
In
of
the
this
year
for
25,
Topless
25.
Robot as long as we do a D&D cast where
Yeah.
we'll
That'd be
do
awesome.
We could 360
sessions
that
while filming.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could.
why don't we just like do it after the show on Sundays?
Well,
Then I couldn't go.
I mean, we have to buy the module. She wouldn't be able to. We'll work out scheduling and shit like
Oh,
that.
right, of
But
course.
I also have to buy it after I finish buying my house.
Yes.
All right, I
which is a great
guess.
segue.
Yeah. So the latest news on that is I found an amazing house with a bar in it, and that bar would be our new studio, our new set. It's a very big bar room. With a nice padded edge bar.
I have to get those
and-
arm guarder things though. For
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to a podcast where everybody knows my name.
Can I call Knotted on having to bartend?
no, let's make Dan do it.
Yeah, we'll make Dan do it.
Yeah.
We actually, Dan will no longer have a speaking part. He's just in the background.
He stands in the
No.
background just like
Nor-
wiping a glass.
Nor will he have a name. It'll just be Barkeep.
You better fucking not. Oh my god.
The barkeep and his name tag will say NPC on it.
This is getting too real.
And whenever you try to talk to him, he just goes, "What's your poison?" And that's all he says. That is
your
literally it.
Pick your poison.
Holds up a menu screen for us to point at,
That'd be amazing. So,
and he's legally obligated to buy back anything that we sell him.
I have put in an offer on the house.
Woo!
But someone else put in an offer as well.
Oh, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna challenge them to a
Cockblockers.
duel.
So we had to get
Break their
our
knees.
we had to get our updated offers
Tanya
to
Harding is
the
ass.
seller by noon today. So I did that,
Excellent.
and they're reviewing.
I think you mean Nancy Kerrigan.
Basically, I have to outbid this other guy.
No problem.
So
Bidding war.
buying a house has been so bad for my heart. It's not even funny.
If you just do it $1 at a time, like on eBay, it'll work just fine.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that's essentially what you end up doing. So the selling price for the house was $270,000. It was originally listed for $280,000, and it's a little over 2,000 square feet. Is like 2,070 square feet, and the bar room is worth it for me for like by far.
That's just a really cool.
and based
thing.
on the pictures, additionally, there are a ton of outlets all around the room.
Tons
so
of
that it could
power
be
in the
used
room.
for all sorts of fun things.
Yeah.
like
Yep.
Christmas lights,
Yeah. like
charging
Christmas
20
lights.
phones at once.
I mean, I will end up getting arcade cabinets and probably some pins to put in there. But the so the other offer came in, and so the addendum that I made to my offer was I will increase by $1,000 my offer in order to match the opposing offer up to the price that it was going for, that their initial listing was.
So 280
which
is your max?
Yeah, 280 is my max.
You know, if you need a Tiny Tim to help you influence this, I know a guy.
I don't know what that means.
You know the magic of Christmas.
Are you going to like?
I will come.
That came out much more threatening.
Yeah, right. It came out much more threatening.
This is my friend Tiny Tim.
He's actually like 7
Having
feet
a
tall.
wonderful time.
So
Just introduce him to Tiny Tim. Like, this is what he looked like before he got into bidding with Ryan.
I need to stop setting my timer for an hour so I actually have time to be like, okay, the ending is coming up, as opposed to it's the end of the podcast now. So we do not have voicemail this week.
You make me sad.
Come, Betsy.
Well, I mean, Tyler didn't get kidnapped this week. I'm making very topical jokes. from the last time.
Yeah, it's like
Hope you remember.
it's over 2 months ago.
Remember
Fuck, that is
this?
over 2 months ago.
Was
Remember
it really?
this?
December 16th, or coming up on 2 months.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So if you would like to call and leave us a voicemail, you can do so at the number 805-222-6287.
Call us
Yes.
lonely.
Please call and tell me how beautiful I am.
I also forgot to mention at the top
What
of
call?
the episode
Very
that
pretty.
the podcast is brought to you by Ripped Apparel, RIPT Apparel, where you can get all kinds of neat, nerdy apparel and other accoutrements for your room. And Humble Bundle, which I misspoke last week. They had actually released the games, and the games that we were looking at, the Earth Defense Force and Vermintide
was
2
that for
and shit like that,
this?
that's for next month. So
Hey!
so you still have time to get in on those 3 games. And I highly recommend it. It's $12. It's super worthwhile. Just go to toplessrobot.com/humble. Does anyone have any rants and or raves this week?
Nah, not really.
I kind of already did my mini rave with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Sure.
I'm very happy that I finally got to see it. And
Yeah.
I like
also-
that we've all seen it at separate times.
Yeah,
We
right.
just keep talking about it, but it really is that good.
It's literally like the second to last showing at Alamo Draft House. It wasn't going to be at Alamo
Yeah.
Draft House anymore. And I'm like, yes, better late than never. That's
I
my own-
have one quick rant, and that is buying a house hurts.
Yeah.
It is super difficult.
Scary.
You find a place that you like, and it's been on the market for a while, so you don't think that someone else is going to get an offer in before or at the same time as you. You know, all of us, where once I was thinking, oh, yes, this is very likely. It's been on the market for 2 months. I'll get an offer in. I'll be the only offer, and we can start the process, you know, and get things rolling, and I won't have to think about this ever fucking again. And that was not the case. You know, I was totally set and ready to have that bar, and I was planning things. And going against other people's recommendations of, look, don't get your heart set on any of this. You know, don't get too ahead of yourself. And it's hard not to. When you walk into these spaces, the first thing you're doing is imagining how it would work in your life.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
Like the first time that Harry Potter saw that broom closet, he knew that was just his room,
Domain.
his space.
it's a space underneath the stairs.
Yes, it's not a broom.
I mean, they kept brooms in
It's
it.
the cupboard under the stairs, technically.
Hey, it's a bathroom under the stairs. It's whatever he wanted it to be under the stairs. The rocket
The
ship.
point was he was imagining it as he looked upon it, and it was like, this is how my life's going to be.
You know,
for the
when
next-
Harry Potter teamed up with Gandalf and they, you know, opened up the wardrobe they had under the stairs.
Anyway,
I
thank
do
you.
have, wait, I
Okay.
have one quick thing.
Yeah.
Because I did buy a new handy dandy fun 360 camera that I'm in love with. It is the Insta360 One X, and it is beautiful. It's 5.7K video. You can do HDR with it. You can do this crazy thing, like bullet whatever the fuck, where it comes with a string that screws into the bottom of the camera, and you can swing it around. And
like
it
a bolo?
stabilizes.
Oh
Yeah.
my
That is
god!
super cool.
So I have been playing with it nonstop. I got it on like fucking Thursday, and I've just been playing with it nonstop. I took it to fucking work last night. Like
Yeah.
I was playing with it at work on a fucking Saturday night. Yeah,
Damn.
like I am.
What's
I am
it called again?
The Insta 360 One X.
The Insta 360 One X.
It's like $400 fucking
is that the
dollars
one where
on
they go into
Amazon.
space?
It's cheaper than the GoPro Fusion.
The Insta 360 One Flex.
One Flex.
One Flex.
Wait, one
Just one
X.
flex.
One X flex. Weird flex, but okay.
Exactly.
Thank you for making that joke and not any.
Yeah,
Hey.
honestly, like I was sitting there waiting.
I know
waiting
you
for
were.
a moment.
But
Could
yeah,
feel the
I am-
tension rising.
Like if
Weird
I,
X, but okay.
If I could marry a piece of tech that I have dealt with, it would be that one. Like
That's
it
cool.
it is fucking incredible.
Guess you've got a world on a string, man.
Yeah, I look forward
Yeah.
to seeing some of the stuff that you make with that. That's
Yeah.
I
really
do
neat.
too.
I the only part that's the hassle is the editing,
Yep.
proxies and Premiere and all
Yeah.
that shit and stitching but I'm learning and it's really fun. So I bought a Google Daydream headset today. It shows up on Tuesday so that I can actually like as I'm editing like go in and actually like check out clips and see what's going on where.
She's
to,
in.
That'd be really
yeah,
cool.
I'm fucking addicted as hell to VR, man. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's my rave. It was
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
I did have another one actually that has been on my mind for a while, and I keep forgetting every week. I've been reading a lot lately, and I'm currently reading not the Mistborn series, the Way of Kings series, Brandon Sanderson. And the first book, one of the main characters, Kaladin, and first off, my rave. Fucking amazing series, and Brandon Sanderson is just a brilliant writer. And if you love fantasy, you really need to read Brandon Sanderson. Just absolutely fantastic. But one of the things that I really love about the series, and specifically the first book, and specifically the one of the main characters, Kaladin, is his portrayal of real world issues that kind of make the characters a lot more, like a lot deeper, a lot more relatable than a lot of fantasy novels, because a lot of fantasy novels, they're very archetypal, very stereotypical. It's like you got the hero, you got the bad guy.
Sure.
They're very one note.
formulaic.
Yeah, formulaic. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. But he injects a lot of realistic emotions and characteristics into this very fantastic universe that he creates, and specifically with Kaladin, in his depiction of depression, which was really interesting. And I'm reading this book, and like he doesn't come out and say like, oh, he's depressed or he's sad.
Sure.
It's just the way it's depicted and the way characters deal with it around Kaladin. And I'm just reading this book and I'm like, oh, this is kind of what I see sometimes, and it's just it bridged this bridged this connection between me and this main character, and it was something that I haven't really experienced in a fantasy novel before.
I'm kind of surprised that is not a more common thing in these books, like having good portrayals of mental health challenges and things like that, and how they would exist in this fictional world. I feel like is not really something that's explored all that often.
I'm sure it's explored more than I know, because I don't read as
and
much as a lot of. I'm sure
I don't read as much as you do, so.
But yeah, it definitely was the first time in a fantasy setting that I've seen that, and it was just this really powerful moment for me. And it just made it's made Kaladin one of my favorite characters of all time in any fantasy book ever.
Cool.
Because more than that, I mean, he is really cool and everything, but it was just a very personal connection. But yeah, that's kind of it was just so interesting to see. And there's more than just that with other characters, and just a lot of 3D characters in this series that I truly am just like blown away as I'm reading these. I read through. I did something I haven't done in a long time, which was I stayed up till 4 a.m. on a work night reading, and I started at 10.
God damn.
The words were that hard to pronounce, huh?
Made it through 2 chapters.
A, the, and is were easy, but the rest of it I just couldn't get. It was difficult. Okay.
Thespian?
No, just
Yes. But yeah, that's my actual rave. It just if you ever get a chance to read it, it is fantastic.
What's it called again?
The Way of Kings by Brandon
Right on.
Sanderson.
Cool.
And the rest of his he's got this big multiverse series.
Yeah, he's
going
a
along
he's a
there. It's-
sci-fi dude. He has an entire shelf and a half at Barnes and Noble.
God damn.
Yes, he also was the one who was brought in to finish Wheel of Time by
Oh, okay. Robert Jordan.
Robert Jordan.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was the one that wrote the last 3 books, arguably the best books of the series. And
Really?
the first 4. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
My mom is very much into the Wheel of Time. I'm
I
playing catch
remember
up.
when the Wheel of Time was gaining steam and circulating among my nerd circles, and
Oh,
Very good.
Speaking of, I believe that the Redwall game is getting a release on consoles
making it?
pretty soon.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been I've been following this for a while now.
yeah, I saw
that's
you
exciting.
shared that Brian Jacques.
Yeah, that
I love Brian Jones.
it's
Rip
like
in
it's like a
peace.
game set in the Redwall universe.
interesting.
I would play the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I bet it makes me as hungry as reading those books always.
Yeah.
Right, like Redwall is always a great way to get to retrain your brain into reading. I mean, I always pick because believe it or not, there's times where we'll go for multiple weeks without reading a book.
Wow.
For me, it's been a few years.
Yeah, honestly, I hadn't read.
All
that
right,
until
right. I'm
recently.
starting a book club.
That's not a bad
I'm gonna
idea.
start a book
Can we
club.
do audiobooks? Because
If you can find
I
it on
don't see why
audiobooks,
not.
yeah.
I mean, I'm listening to 4 or 5 audiobooks at a time at any given time.
Okay.
I accidentally fell asleep with Nerd Duel by Simon Pegg on, and it fucking finished it. I unlocked a badge on Audible, but I was
just-
asleep for most of the book.
I just keep listening to all the David Wong books, all the John
Oh,
Dies at
yeah.
the End
Yes.
books, and
They're pretty good, yeah.
Futuristic Violence and Fancy Suits,
Yeah.
which is supposed to
book
get
is
a
full of
TV
spiders.
series, but
Next on my list
Yeah.
is Dune. I've actually never read Dune and got to get ready for the movie.
Let me tell you something about that book.
well,
You'll read it once.
I know. I have
right.
to do it though.
we're running long as we always do.
Hooray.
But I want to thank M for filling in for old Beardy.
Thank you,
podcast.
dead.
old Beardy. He's the youngest
Dan,
one
when she
here.
came
know.
back, that sounded exactly like him.
was super fun,
He's-
guys.
He's the youngest in age, but he is probably first or second in terms of
Curmudgeonly enough.
only to you.
I don't know.
Yes,
I'm
the king.
You have that youthful joy from time to time. Dan's just
It's because
Dan's
He's an
just
old
pure
man.
curmudgeonness.
He's an old man.
Oh yes, he
Yeah.
is.
Anyway, thank you for listening and or watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
bye bye.
Bye.
Establishment. I'm taking off today at 3. Sometimes you have to sit if you want to make a stand. Hate the shit, taking liberties. Taking liberties.
Luke, it says I'm locked out of my account again.
Subscribe.